All right. Hi, Rob. What brought you in today?
Well, I've just been feeling very uneasy. I'm getting my teacher credential, and we're near the end of the program, and I'm really, really scared that I'm not going to be able to find a job.
What's your credential in?
Social science.
Okay. So for this session, I kind of wanted to use a technique known as motivational interview. And this is a very person-centered technique. It's just going to be a conversation, just kind of discussing what's going on in your life, maybe why you think that occurred and everything. And I'm going to be videotaping it. Is that okay today?
Yeah.
Okay. So I wanted to know exactly when did the anxiety and the nervousness kind of start?
Well, it started at the beginning of the semester because this is the last semester, and so now that we're getting close to being done, they're starting to talk a lot about job searches and interviews and resumes and just all the things that you have to do to get a job, and so that's really what started to make me think about it and get really nervous.
Okay. And what were kind of the beginning symptoms of the anxiety, like the physical things?
I just noticed that it kind of felt really hard to breathe. I would get very hot and just very anxious and shaky. And
would this be any time of the day?
Yeah.
Okay. And what were the thoughts that kind of triggered it or went along with the anxiety? Can you kind of think of those?
Well, I think it's just because I'm really scared that I won't be able to find a job.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we have our credential, but there's nothing to say that you'll actually get hired once you start that process, and so I'm really nervous that I won't be able to find a school that likes me or a school that I like, and so just thinking about everything that could go wrong really makes me feel, that's when I start to feel really anxious.
So you're kind of worried that you went through all this work to get a credential to get a job, but you're worried that even then it wouldn't be enough.
Yeah.
Okay. So is there an exact reason why you don't think you'd be able to get a job? Like, is there a couple of reasons beyond what you've already stated?
I just feel like I won't, I've learned a lot in this program, and I feel like I may not be able to actually apply it to the real world when the time comes. And there's this, we're learning a lot of things, but until you actually get to do it and practice it a lot, you never know how it's actually going to work out. And so that's, I just feel like when the time comes, I won't be able to really use everything that I've learned to be a good teacher. And you never want to let down kids when you're a teacher. So that's the scary part, is that I will not only fail in my job, but I'll be failing kids in the process.
Like, your job doesn't just depend on you. There's people that depend on you.
If I do bad, I'm not the only one that gets affected.
Suffers, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you think that the experience that you're getting, or can you tell me more about the experience that you've been getting through your program?
Well, it's hands-on. Obviously, you get put in the classroom and you get to be the teacher. I have a teacher that's there with me all the time, so if something ever happens, they can step in or help when I need help. But basically, right now I'm the teacher in 2 high school classes right now, and so day to day, I get a lot of practice. But I'm really scared that when the time comes and we're out on our own, things will be different.
So during your experience at the high school, do you enjoy it? Do you ever doubt maybe this isn't for me? Or
no, I really, really like it, and I think that's what makes the anxiety worse, is that I know I really like it.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that it's what I want to do, and that I like to think that I'm doing good at it. But that to me is even worse, because that if I fail at it, I'm failing at something that I really, really like and something that I really want to do. So I don't ever doubt that I'm in the right place, but I think that makes it worse, because I doubt that me failing in a place where I know I want to be would be even more upsetting and sad than me failing someplace that I didn't really care about to begin with.
So you feel like you fit in at this school, but you're kind of worried.
Yeah.
I might go to a different school and I won't.
No, I really, really, really like this school.
Yeah.
I got really lucky with where they placed me, and I'm having a great experience, and I'm really bonding with the kids, and it's overall, things are just going great. And I'm really scared that after this year, when I'm out on my own, I won't have that same experience,
mm-hmm.
and I won't do well.
Okay. It's very understandable, I think. We're all worried about not being able to live up to our full potential or letting others down. Okay, so you gave me some reasons why you were worried about why maybe you couldn't get a job or why you wouldn't be successful, but can we look on the other side of that? And can you tell me reasons why you would be qualified for a job, or why you think that you could get a job?
Well, I'm getting a lot of practice, so I know that, like, when the time comes, I actually, you know, have had the experience of controlling a classroom for an entire class. Um, I think I'm learning a lot, and I think that I'm retaining what I'm learning, and I'm able to apply it to the classroom situations. Um, so I think I'm pretty good at what I'm doing. I'm just scared that when the time comes, that it won't all work out the way I want it to.
Okay, well, let's try to focus more on the positive things as to why you think you would be able to get a job. I mean, how's the job market?
I've heard it's really good. There's supposed to be a lot of jobs open for teachers, which is good, but the environment can kind of make or break it. So, teachers sometimes, when they get put in really hard schools to work with, it burns them out really quickly and they don't end up wanting to teach anymore. So obviously I'd be really scared that would happen. I don't think that would happen with me, but I don't really know. But yeah, the job market's really good. It's the best it's been in a long time, and that's promising. Um, but that's not all of it.
What about like recommendations? Do you think that you're the teacher that assists you at the high school? Do you think that he likes you? That he'd be able to write you a good recommendation letter? Do you think that the peers that you work with would vouch for your abilities and your skills?
I hope they would. I think so. My teacher that I'm working with now is really supportive and always likes to make sure that I know what I'm doing, and that, even if he'll always let me do whatever he lets me make all the decisions, but he's also always there if I need him and if I have a question for him. So he likes to sit back and let me think things through and do the work and, plan everything as they happen, so that you really get that experience of having to alter your plans day by day and, based on how situations change. But yeah, I think he would vouch for me. I hope he would.
So it sounds like he kind of gives you free reign to do what you want, and you've been successful. So do you think maybe the doubts that you have are just maybe not necessarily ones that need to be so strong, since it sounds like you're doing well on your own? He's giving you most of the control and you're being successful, so technically it's almost like you're being successful on your own. So do you think that you could run a classroom on your own without any...
I think so, yeah. I think it would be hard and I would feel uncomfortable because I wouldn't have him there anymore, but yeah, I think I could do it.
And it sounds like you have the flexibility to be a teacher too, because kind of go with the punches, you never know what's going to happen with the students from one day to the next. If there's a fight or an argument or they're not paying attention, it sounds like you kind of can roll with the punches. Yeah. So why don't we meet again next week? And so in the next week, why don't you try to just focus on the positives? When you go in, just be positive. Don't think about looking for a job. Don't think about afterwards. You still have a couple months. Just worry about now and doing a good job now, because what you do now is going to determine what happens, in the future, and if you're able to get a job. So just try to relax, and then if you do feel those physical symptoms coming on, not being able to breathe, not being not being able to breathe and your heart pounding, just kind of close your eyes and take a deep breath and just try to center yourself, okay?
Sounds good.
All right, so I will see you in 1 week.
Thanks.